Alrighty, we are live. District Game 2. Familiar opponent. They didn't have to travel far for this game. We have Bemidji Blue versus Bemidji White, who is in blue, just to get you confused. So the nice thing about this game is no matter what, at least one Bemidji team is going to go to regions. Loser of this will play later tonight at 8 p.m. against either Warroad or is it Hallock? Warroad or Hallock. Yeah. So there's still a shot. We're hoping the blue team just has to play one game today, and tomorrow's championship Sunday at 12:45 against either Red Lake Falls or East Grand Forks. So that's the hope. It should be a much more competitive game. These two teams last played at the Bemidji Tournament Championship. I think it was about 5-2, something like that. So I think the Bemidji White team is going to be real hungry this morning, looking for something to prove. See if they can upset the number 1 seed. The white team is the number 4 seed, so this is kind of how we thought it'd play out.
Of course, the winner of this one will be guaranteed a spot at the regionals in 2 weeks in Proctor. So, but I do believe that a number 1 championship here would do better for your seeding in the regional tournament. So there's still some importance on the game to win for that reason too.
Yeah, just hoping for a nice clean game. The last time these two teams played, it was a very well played game, nothing nasty. You just never know when you got two in-town teams playing each other. Sometimes the emotions get high because these kids see each other at school and see each other at the rink all winter long. So, but give a shout out to our sponsors: Northern Amusement, our platinum sponsor, the Pierce Shorelines, Stitchworth Meats, Ryers Construction, KLS Construction, and Dale Schmidt Agency. Give another morning shout out to Gavin. I think you're still in bed right now, but we're hoping you feel better. Hopefully we'll get you tomorrow. And as always, what a pleasure it is to be on the mic with the voice of the North. Only got a handful of games left, so make the best of it.
Is it me, Eric, or is it loud in here today?
It is loud again. The Sanford rink has some heavy level acoustics. Dana, I think this rink is going to be rocking today. This first period,
I believe so.
Going to be highly intense.
For an 8 a.m. game, the place is filling up here.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, I guess. We're all living in this town.
Looks like we're going to start off with the gray line, Tyken, Adams, and Stitchworth. So we got Will and Roscoe on D.
That's right.
Platinum sponsor stopping by. Best day of my life. How are you?
The white team is going to be, by the way, folks, I'll be referring to the white team, which is wearing blue today. I'm going to be calling them the white team, and I'll be calling the white team the blue team, just because that's what their name is instead of their jersey, so it'll be easier maybe to do that. So Garrigan steps in for the white team at the dot. He's got Strasburg with him there, and on the near side is going to be Brady Sherwood. And it's down into the white zone, and comes up to Roscoe at the point. He sends it down in deep. Tyken has it along the corner. And he rings it around in behind. Adams is getting battled there. Goes over to the far corner. Stitchworth will get in there. He's battling there with Owen Onstead from the white team. And it comes back to Stitchworth. Stitchworth at the wall. Sends it towards the goal. Goes high and deflects over to the near side. Roscoe down below. Centers it up. Comes to Westover. He takes a shot. Blocker save. And it goes down in the corner. Peterson knocking that one down there. Then it comes over to the near side. This time Sherwood will get it up to the point. Shot there from Roscoe. That was tipped and goes wide. And Tyken will gather it up there. He'll bring it in right into the slot. Trying to get on the forehand. Sends it in and a goal.
Got it.
Sneaks by Peterson. So Wyatt Tyken is going to get his first of the game. The first one of the game.
That's another 5-on-5 Stitchworth meets goal scored by number 4, Wyatt. Good start for the boys in white. They end up getting game sheets going.
I'm still working on that too. So the faceoff comes back to center ice, of course. And Baird picks that up, gets it up ahead for Ryerson. Down in behind for the white team. And Parker Clay sends it up the near side. It comes up to Lapeer, who gets it back down in. From there, it comes up to the point. Lapeer takes a shot. It guts over the cage. And it goes down into the corner for Moran. Off the far wall, Angus Heather, he'll chip it down in there deeper. And it'll get sent back up to him, but not out. Again, Smith for the white team will send it around, and it'll come back up to the point. Moran will stuff it in there again. And it'll come over to the near wall. Moran's there again to deal with it. Comes over to the circle, sends it right in the slot.
Oh, wow, that's
goes
nice.
off the blocker of Peterson and up over the cage. Comes out to Angus Heather at the point. He shoots. That one's blocked in front. Comes to Moran again. He takes a shot. It's good to be a shooting gallery out here. And it comes to the near wall. Baird trying to get it into the centered up again. Comes to Lapeer. He says when that one goes wide on the far side. Clearing attempt goes right past Angus Heather. It tips him. And it gets sent all the way down. And White's got to gather it up and send it up the near side. Comes to Moran. Angus Heather's going to pick it up. He'll gain the zone on the far side. Tries to dangle around Onstead for the white team. Can't quite do it though when it comes back out to the line and then back down in. Onstead down in the corner. He'll set it out. And it's going to be retrieved by Meyer. But it's going to be icing on Bemidji white. 14:07 left in the first period. And Bemidji blue is up 14-7. 14-7. Up 1-0. I guess it's 14:07 left in the period. So got to read the right numbers today. still shaking off the sleep out of my eyes. It comes over to the near wall and works its way towards the goal, and that'll be Berg for Bemidji White. Sends it around and comes up to West over the point. He sends it right back in. Yerbich now down in the corner for Meyer. Meyer steps out back to Yerbich, takes a slapper, goes off the heel of stick, and I think it went right into Conway. And finds its way over to the far side. Right back in the slot again. Comes up to Roscoe. Roscoe shoots. He takes a shot. It's blocked by Peterson. And it goes to the far side. It's tipped out to center. Roscoe now will pick it up behind. He'll try to feed it up ahead. It's deflected partially. Finally gets to Yerbich. Excuse me, folks. Came to Conway back behind there. And goes down in the corner. Meyer sends it across ice. And Roscoe will pick it up there. He's got some speed. He'll bring it across the line on the near side. Down to the hash marks. Knocked off of his stick, though, by Clay. And he'll cross ice it for Conway, and Conway will get it out to center. Westover will retrieve it there. And Baird will pick it up. I'm sorry, that's Jacobson. He gets in the zone, but it rolls off of his stick. And Alex Frake back on the ice today. Gets it back out to center. Won't get too far, though. He's going to have to retreat again into his own zone. And he sends it up to the near side this time for Riley Smith. Comes off of his stick, though. Comes to Adams. Adams for the blue team. Sends it down in. And it comes over to the near side. Again, folks, the blue team's wearing white and the white team is wearing blue. This makes it a challenge for me. Plus, we have Colton White on the blue team wearing white in goal. Either way, it goes down in behind. And Adams gets it up to the point for Lapeer. Lapeer will sidestep a player. Works his way down to the hash marks. Looks to dump it. Nobody's covering his spot yet. Now Adams works his way out there. And it comes out to Strasburg. And he's got 4 players around him. Takes a shot towards the net, but it won't get there. And Adams will pick it up and carry it out there. Up ahead now comes to Berg for the white team. He gets it up to center ice. And this is Johnson. He can't quite catch up to the pass. And so now Adams will bring it up through center ice. Gains his zone over for Tyken behind him a bit. And he gets pushed off the play as Berg picks it up. And he brings it across center ice. Takes a shot from the blue line right on. White's got that one, and Moran picks it up from there. He carries it over to the far corner. And it's picked out of there by Conway. Conway turns towards the net, tries to get it over to the near side. But it's lost there, and Roscoe will send it up ahead for Tyken. Tyken loses balance and falls down. He gets it down into the zone, though. And it'll come back up to the line where Roscoe's going to hold it. Ryerson gets it to him. Roscoe sends one in on Peterson. Peterson blocked or stick saves that one, rather. Goes over to the corner. And back out to Roscoe. Blast from there. Goes wide on the left side. And it'll come all the way out to Westover, who will send it back in again. Johnson for the white team now. He'll try to clear it, but he'll fan on it. And it comes over to the near wall where it eventually finds its way up to Roscoe, and he fires it back in deep again. Moran in behind, looking for a center. Trying to dangle through some players. 1-on-3 there. Finally, Baird comes in there. Trying to get it on the backhand in the slot. Can't do it, though. And it comes up to the line where it's saved by Westover. Comes right down the slot, works through, shot, stick save. And it goes into the corner. Onstead now for the white team. Gets it over to Mendoza and back out. And Johnson will just fire it all the way down and be satisfied with an icing. 9:47 left in the first period, and still 1-0 for Bemidji Blue. Being an icing, of course, it comes down to the right of Peterson. And Jacobson will take that face off. And it'll be won by the blue team. And Yerbich will send a shot in there, gets deflected up into the rafters. So we'll line up and do it again. time Garrigan will line up on the dot for the white team. Comes over to Alex Frake. And he can't quite get it out of there. Now it comes to Clay. He can't get it out either. Saved at the line. And here comes Lapeer right across the line. Shot from there. Goes right in the breadbasket of Peterson. And he'll gobble that one up and hang on. 9:24 now left in the first. 1-0 Blue.
Just on the district website.
Face-off is cleared out to the point. Lapeer holds the line, drops it, sends it back in there. Gloves off the side of the cage. And Meyer back there goes on his knees trying to manage it. Finally gets up, puts a body on another player, holds him there a bit. And the centering attempt doesn't have anybody there. As Sherwood will pick it up for the white team and get it all the way down into the blue zone. On the far wall. Comes right up into the slot. Nobody there to slap it home, though. And that was maybe the first real opportunity that Bemidji White had, but they just didn't have anybody in the slot there. Back down the other way. Gets sent up into the stands for a souvenir. They don't want it, though. They're going to send it back in. Got pucks coming in from the box, pucks coming from the crowd. So we don't want to gain a territorial advantage here, so the faceoff is going to come into the neutral ice just on the back side of the blue line to our left. Stitsworth will gain possession of that one. He'll send it rink wide for Westover. Up ahead now for Tyken. Tyken drops it for Stitsworth. Shot on goal, right into the breadbasket again. And again, Peterson will hang on for a stop. 8:23 now left in the first. Face off to Peterson's left. Tyken will be in there along with, that was Tegan Smith for the blue team. Shot on goal again. Again into the shot, or into the chest rather, and Peterson's active again today. Peterson's going to be seeing rubber dots all day long today. Comes to Roscoe, takes a look, sends it down to the hash mark. Sister can't hold
really
it,
quiet.
so Tegan Smith swings it
Like
around the boards to
I
the
feel
other
like I've
side.
heard some, it's just not as loud.
Out to zone, and it's picked off there by, I think that's Tyken. And they work it up the near side, but they can't get it across the blue line. They work it back to Roscoe. He goes the rink wide, up to Tyken. He gets in the zone. And he's knocked off the play, but he'll catch up again. This time it's knocked back out of there. And it'll come up to the line where Westover will play it with his skate. Kicks it back down in there, and Noah Onstead for the white team. He'll work it up the far side, and it gets deflected and back down in deep. Squirts out to the circle. And Riley Smith will get it out to center. But the Bemidji blue team will suck it up with their defense and get it back down in there. Bird now works his way through the zone. Can't get out, though. Comes to Adam. Adam shouts. And that was deflected and goes up into the netting. At least I think it was deflected. Either way, it's in the netting with a stop and play with 7:16 left in the period. Off the faceoff. Comes to the near wall. Clay tries to send it up, but it's stopped there by Lapeer. And it comes back to Clay down in deep. He rings it around to the far side, but Baird's able to get in there first. Sweeps it down in the corner. He's going to battle down there with Alex Freak. This time Johnson will pick it up and try to get it back out of there. He does. Comes cross ice this time for Conway, I believe it is. I'm sorry, that's Mendoza. And now Alex Freak will get it up. He gets across the line. And from the circle, there's a shot. And White's able to stop that one with the body. Drops down, covers it up, and stops play with 6:39 left in the first period and 1-0 for the Bemidji blue team wearing white. Baird takes the face off there, comes over to the side of the net. Whitey steers it aside. Comes back up. This time Berg takes a shot. Comes out the heel of the stick, I think. goes wide by a significant amount. Over in behind. And it goes over to the near wall. And we've got a whistle. Looks like we're going to get a hooking penalty. And it looks like the doors are open on the Bemidji White team. So it looks like Moran is going to get the bend. And I think it's a hooking penalty. So Moran for hooking.
Brings us to our first Northern Amusement penalty kill.
And it's cleared all the way down, and this is going to be icing on Bemidji White. Bemidji Blue, sorry. Wearing white.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing this all day, I think. $1.51 is left on the Moran penalty. 6:07 left in the period. Faceoff comes right in on White. He's able to steer that aside. And Yerbich will send it around in behind, and Westover will pick it up on the near corner. Get it up to the point. There's a shot. Bird comes right in, tipped by Roscoe, but it comes right in on White, square. And he's able to steer that one aside. Now it comes to Roscoe again. He gets it out to center for Yerbich. Yerbich has got a little room. Gets across the line, fires, but it goes off the stick weird. And it goes wide of the cage. Bemidji White now coming up the other way. Sherwood with it on the near side. He gets chased out to the far wall. The near wall, rather. And the battle goes down in deep. Smith comes in there to help out. Sends it up to the point for Berg. Berg takes a shot. That one goes wide again. They save the line. Onstead does that. Comes the other near side. Slapper there for Tegan Smith, and it goes wide. Centered opportunity, and it comes right on the stick of Yerbich, and he's going to skate that one out of there. He gets a shoulder from Onstead, but the puck goes up to Jacobson. He gets in the zone, works through some players, can't get through three of them though. And Westover will grab it. He's going to bring it back out to center ice, kill some time. He'll send it all the way down in, and he'll run to the bench for a change. Comes back up for Roscoe. He'll boot it down in there, and Meyer will pick it up down in deep. Meyer's looking for a way to get it centered. He turns. Can't pull the trigger, though. Tries to get it to Baird. But that was blocked in front, and it comes back to Meyer. Back to Baird, down the slot shot. Goes wide. Down in the far corner, he gets his own rebound. And he and Onstead will battle there in the corner. Tegan Smith jumps in to help out. And it's chipped out to the line and held in by Stitsworth.
We'll give a shout out to Gavin. Bemidji full strength.
Bemidji's full strength, Gavin. We got a hand pass as Stitsworth played the puck in the offensive zone with his hand to hold it in. And the boys in stripes are quick to call that one. So we're going to bring it outside the zone. And Tyken will line up here with Johnson. Won by Lapierre on the near side. Tips it in with Stitsworth. And it's sent back out to center. Comes to Tyken. But they're going to continue to battle here along the near wall. Squirts over to center ice. Mendoza gets there first, but he's mugged by Tyken.
Probably could have been a
Probably could have had a tackling penalty there. But it'll come back out, and Adams will pick it up. He's got some speed. He's going to get around Freak. Comes right in, backhander, and a goal. Finds through the 5-hole of Peterson. And Adams will get his first of the game.
That first goal, they gave the assist to Roscoe.
That's right. It's going to be
another 5-on-5 Stitchworth goal scored by number 2, Brody. Got an assist on that one.
Assist on that one is going to be Bentley Lapierre.
Number 8, Bentley. So you got a 2-0 lead. Boys in white.
That will be an even strength goal.
Find him.
And another shot. There goes out the pipe.
Hold the puck.
Tyken shoots one in. There goes out the pipe on the far side. It goes over to the far wall. Comes back to Tyken. He works his way around. Takes another shot. Stick save. Freak now will send it over the far side. Picked up there by Strasburg. And they'll fire back out, but it's held in at the line by Angus Heather. Now it comes out. He still gets a hold of it, though. Sends it upward to Lapeer and up ahead for Stitsworth. Stitsworth gets in the zone. And Lapeer will pinch down a little bit. And it'll come to Stitsworth. Again, right to Stitsworth takes a shot, close range. And Peterson's able to glove that one. And he'll hang on to this one with 2:43 left in the period and a 2-0 lead now for Bemidji Blue, wearing white.
Team Retro.
Fans in the stands don't know who to cheer for. You can't call for Jacks. So I guess we're doing Team Retro. And either way, we got a pile up down on the top of the circle. Comes to Baird. Baird's working his way, trying to get a shot off, but he can't do it. And he'll send it up to Westover at the top corner. And Westover will work his way through. Back to Baird. Comes over to the near side, takes a shot, blocked. And the clearing attempt comes to Roscoe, holds the line there. Down in the corner again for Baird. Comes to the far side, centers it up for Moran. Moran shoots.
Blocked.
Goes off the player in front, I believe. This time the rebound from Roscoe goes right in on Peterson, and he hangs on to this one. And he'll bring another stop in play.
Break's not here.
$1:55 now left in the period. 2-0 Bemidji Blue. Somebody brought some red sock tape for the retro jerseys today. And they all got to wrap them up different. So we got candy cane socks today as Westover chases it down into his own zone. And that'd be Sherwood working his way along the far wall, drops it for Johnson. Now to Strasburg, back to Johnson, and Johnson almost got one in. Now again, turns, shoots off the glass. This time that was Sherwood. Comes right back in on Colton White. He's able to cover it up at the side of the net there.
Smart play by Colty there.
Nice play by Colton.
Go to work, kid.
And out the faceoff. Bemidji Blue brings it out to the center. And it's picked up there and sent right back in on the far side. Comes to Angus Heather. Now he goes rink wide for Jacobson. Jacobson sends it ahead for Meyer, but it gets through him. And the Bemidji white team will gather it up there and send it back the other way. Jacobson recovers it though. And he sends it far side for Meyer. He had Yerbich coming down the slot on the other side, on the near side, but he couldn't get to him as he lost the puck. Lapeer, he tries to send it D to D, but it goes right in on Conway, and Conway's able to get it back out to center. Angus Heather on the far side, tries to get it out of the zone. And it gets sent in deep where Lapeer rings it around the boards to the near side. Firing pass there from Yerbich, gets through everybody, and the Bemidji white team sends it ahead. Angus Heather now, he carries it all the way in, fakes off a check. Gets down deep on the right side, and he goes in behind the net. He's going to carry it there, looks for a center right to Yerbich. Yerbich can't get a stick on it though. And it comes over to the near corner.
Somebody help!
Along the ball, Meyer works his way up, gets up to Yerbich. He takes a slapper, and that'll do it for the first period as the clock runs out. And we got this one in the books. 2-0 Bemidji Blue, wearing white.
And a solid period by the 1 seed here. Good start. Way to send a message.
Well, folks, stay tuned for second intermission. We got a special presentation, and we'll leave it at that for now. Off the faceoff, it goes down into the Bemidji white end, and it's rung around the boards to the far side, and Roscoe blasts it down in there. He rings it around the boards to the near corner. Tyken's there to pick it up. He gets it up to the slot, gets around Stitsworth though, and Roscoe's going to pinch down hard. He's going to bring it all the way around behind. Right up in the slot, shot there from Westover. And that one won't go as Peterson stick saves that one. Now Stitsworth over to their Adams on the far side. He takes a shot from the hash marks and it comes back up. Here we go now. Oh boy, that could have been ugly there. Strasburg had some speed and he almost was able to get past the defense on a 1-on-0 opportunity.
That was a good read by him.
It wouldn't happen though, as it goes back down into the team white zone. Onstead now behind his own net. Well, he's going to leave it for Berg. Berg's going to ring it up the boards, and it's going to come over to Westover. Intercepted there, and Berg's going to carry it out up ahead for Strasburg. Strasburg tries to dangle Roscoe, but he can't do it. Roscoe backhanded out, comes right to Tyken. It's in his skates. Finally, it comes back to him, and he's going to get a 2-on-1 opportunity. And he centers it up, but Adams wasn't able to get around it and whack it in there. And the clearing attempt gets past Lapeer, and we're in a race going the other way. We got Conway and Engessether back in behind, and Engessether wins it for the moment, but now he battles Tegan Smith. Now back with Conway again. Eventually, Baird comes in there. He swoops it out. And he goes rink wide there for Stitsworth. His dump doesn't go though. Alex Frake prevented that one. So he has to dump it into the back behind. And it comes up to the near side. The clearing attempt doesn't go. Comes to Baird right in the slot. And he takes a shot. It goes. Over to the far wall. They send it in behind. Engessether pinches down, keeps it in. Centering attempt comes from Rand. He goes shot from the point, or the dot rather. Stick save by Peterson. Now in behind, Tegan Smith rings it around the boards on the far side. It's saved there by Lapeer. Had to hustle over to get it. Oh, he barely saved the line there, but it came right to Clay, and he's able to get it out. Now on the defensive core here for Moran, picking up a defensive position. He sends it all the way down in. And in deep, it's picked up there by Clay. Clay's trying to work it out. He's got Baird to contend with, though. And Baird wins the battle. Centering attempts, the blocked in front. Now Clay picks it up. He carries it out across the red line. He dumps it down and heads for the bench. Engessether in his own zone, up ahead for Ryerson. Across the red line, he gains the zone on the near side. And it comes right to Moran. Moran can't quite get it on the forehand, though. And it trickles in behind where Onstad picks it up. He'll fire it over to the near side. And they'll battle along the wall. Engessether will pinch again. Fires it down in there. Makes him work some more. Finally comes back up to Engessether. D to D for Roscoe. Steps in, shoots. That one stick saved again. Comes right back to him. Fires it in there again, stick save again, down to the near side. Peterson getting a workout here today. Down in the corner, looks like the Bemidji white team's going to get a hold of it. They're just going to ice it. And it's going to go all the way down, and they're going to...
No icing,
They're going to wave that off.
Oh, there it is. Late whistle.
A little late on the whistle, so... incidentally, shots on goal here for the Bemidji blue team is 17... versus 4 for the Bemidji white team. 12:56 left, the second period. Blue is up 2-0. Faceoff goes down into the corner. Jacobson's going to get there first. And he centers it up. Nobody there. Gets in the skates of, I think that's Conway. I'm sorry, that's Garrigan. Blast from the slot from Yerbich. And Peterson saves that one. Cleared out of there. It comes to Roscoe. He'll chase it down into his own zone. He'll backhand it up for Meyer. Meyer ahead for Yerbich. Into the zone. And he loses it to Parker Clay. And it comes back the other way. This time it's on Garrigan. He gets around the defense. Shot on goal. Almost goes in off a deflection of Westover. But it goes in behind and it comes up the near side. Yerbich has got it here. Goes cross ice for Meyer, and the rebound goes just to the side of the net. I think that was Jacobson that fired it. Now we get a shot from, where is it? That's Westover.
Westover, yeah.
And Peterson will hang on to this one too. 11:52 left in the second period as we approach midway with a 2-goal lead for Bemidji Blue.
The retro team certainly is keeping up the pressure on these guys.
Face-off will come up to Lapeer. He'll blast one from there. That one's going to go wide. Not sure if it was tipped, but over the near wall, Adams will send it down in. Tyken will get ringed around to the other side and get through Lapeer. Lapeer will have to backpedal to get it. And Stitsworth gets it up ahead for Adams. Adams to the top of the circle, sends it in on goal. No look shot there. And Tyken will pick it up on the near side. Strasburg will clear it out of there to the far side. He's going to have some room to skate, but Stitsworth gets the wheels going and gets there first. Now Stitsworth gets it again. Brings it around the boards for Engesheather. Engesheather gathers it up.
Keep going, buddy. Come on, keep going.
Gets Deeks around Tegan Smith, but Tegan Smith gets it and fires it back in. This time Lapeer now. He's beat by Mendoza. And Conway, rather. And they'll work over to the far side. Tipped up. And it looks like Adams is going to overskate it slightly. Comes in with Tyken. And he can't quite close the door.
They didn't blow the whistle on a loose net there.
As Peterson does that. Engesheather gets it up back into the blue line, but it's picked off. And now it comes back to him and through him and goes all the way down. It's tipped. Roscoe gets it there. And he'll bring it up through center ice, up ahead for Adams. Gets through him. Alex Frake has got it for the Bemidji White team. He loses it though, and Adams picks it up ahead for Moran. Moran can't quite handle it on the far side under pressure from Clay. And it comes all the way up to the point. Down into the corner behind. And Clay does another fine job of getting it up the boards. And it comes to Johnson. Johnson tips it out to center. And Westover will retrieve in his own zone. Stretch pass up the head. Comes to the near side for Ryerson. Cross-ice pass for Baird. Baird gets one on goal. And Peterson does a fantastic job of coming across the crease. And now Johnson's going to come the other way. Shot on White. And it gets loose. But White, with those cat-like reflexes, is going to hang on to this one. And
what a save by Peterson, though.
That was an incredible save.
Smokes.
He came all the way across the crease. Knocked that sucker out of there and set up the stage for a good shot on goal on the other side. Off the face-off, Roscoe gets a hold of it. He rings it around the boards, comes out. Onstad trying to muster that one under pressure from Ryerson. Now Roscoe will gather it up in his own zone, sends it up ahead, gets it out to center. Baird with some speed, gets in the zone, gets pushed over to the far side. And Tegan, let's see, that would be Berg. Fires it over to the near side. Battling along the wall, can't see it very well. But it comes up to the circle, and Strasburg's going to pick it up, send it back down in there. No, he isn't either. He's going to bring it the right direction. He's going to get across the blue line. And he puts it on the forehand and tries to sweep one in there, but it goes off the side of the cage. Now Bemidji Blue comes up the other way. Ryerson, he's got it at center ice. Comes over to the near side, Moran. And Moran will bring it down into the corner. 4 players battle with it there. And it's finally won there by Bemidji Blue. on Moran's stick. Works his way over there, centers it, pops in the air. And Parker Clay is able to backhand it out of there. Up ahead for Conway. Intercepted there out of the rink for a souvenir again, but once again, nobody wants it. So the face-off will come just outside the Bemidji blue zone. And we're going to have a quick timeout on the ice as Peterson is going to work on his equipment. Something going on with the left pad there. He takes it right off. And we're going to tie the skates. With amazing speed. And he's going to sit her back up and we'll go back to playing hockey. 8:05 now left in the period. And we're just over halfway through this one with the Bemidji Blue leading 2-0. Peterson's got all his equipment in place. He gives a signal, and we're going to play hockey. Teams lined up. We've got that's Tegan Smith on the dot there with, I think it was Jacobson. But the Bemidji Blue controls and brings it out to center. Right back in the zone now. Angus Heather's going to hustle to the near side. And he can't get around Conway. Conway takes a shot. Goes wide. Puck goes right in. Goes right into the Bemidji white bench, and coach snags it with his bare hand and brings cheers from the entire crowd.
I tip my cap to him.
Yeah.
Troy Strasberg doing a good job with the hands today. Jacobson, Tegan Smith take the face off. Jacobson gets it down in deep. Here will ring it around the boards. It'll come to Meyer. Meyer tries to set a clearing attempt. And again, and he finally gets it out of there with his head. Comes over to Yerbich. Yerbich will fire it around and it'll go all the way down to the far corner there where Jacobson picks it up. Back in behind. Jacobson will work his way up. And it'll be picked up there by Onstead. He's got some speed. And it goes in offsides as Conway was in about 1.5 miles.
The center circle got Corbin there.
And 62.87% of the time, they're going to call that one offside. 7:05 now, left second period, still 2-0, Bemidji Blue.
Very specific percentage you quoted.
89.27% of statistics are made up. Bemidji Blue brings it in. It's got Tyken and Adams down in the corner. And they bring it back out to center. Westover goes cross ice for Roscoe. He'll send it down in deep. Tyken's got it there. He comes over to the dot. Turns back at the hash mark and goes down to the corner. Battle ensues there. And it'll come to Parker Clay. He'll get it up for Strasberg. Back to Parker. Parker gets it through. And he'll get it down in the zone where it's picked off by Roscoe. Roscoe's got Sherwood bothering him, but he gets it all the way up to center ice onto the stick of Tyken. Tyken gets his own, comes to the near side. He's at the low circle, centers it up, but it's picked off there by Sherwood. Sherwood now turns, sends it out to center, and Westover gets it there and sends it over to Roscoe and dumps it down in again. Race is on. Alex Freight gets there first, sends it to the near side. And it'll go rink wide. And that pass to Baird is intercepted and comes to Freight. 2-on-0. Shot goes wide. He had Johnson with him. And he fires it over the top of the cage and off the glass behind.
Stay ready, buddy. Stay
Down
ready.
in the corner. Pucked out of there and finally pucked by Conway, but stolen there from Westover, by Westover. Knocked back in behind. Roscoe sent it up ahead, and that's going to be an icing on Bemidji Blue. 5:19 left in the second period, 2-0. Bemidji
I think
Blue.
the retro teams are gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit. They seem like they're kind of just setting back in their laurels because they got a 2-goal lead, and they say that's the most. I don't know what percentage you have, but they say that's the most dangerous lead in a hockey game. So they better start picking it up here.
Yes, that's particularly true when you're the visiting team in a home rink. But off the face-off, down behind, Angus Heather's going to battle. He's got, well, he's able to get it over to Baird on the near side. Baird gets it out to center. Picked off by Onstead. He's going to circle back into his own zone, and he'll fire it up ahead for Strasburg. Strasburg now up ahead for Garrigan, and he'll get sent back out of there and picked up by Bemidji Blue. Sent into the slot, tried to tip it from Ryerson, but it gets through him and goes over to the near side. Down in deep, comes up the wall. And the battle continues. Shot goes from there. Must have been Angus Heather with that shot. That one goes wide. Now they clear it out on the far side. Angus Heather goes to the far side now. As soon as he touches it, we get a whistle. And I suspect that means we have a penalty. Maybe not.
They call a high stick.
Do we know?
High stick.
High stick. Played with a high stick. There we go. So that brings the faceoff down to the right of Colton White. Jacobson will be in there to take it along with Keegan Smith for Bemidji White. Over to Lapeer, up to Meyer. Meyer now will get it out to center, but it's picked off by the White team. And Jacobson does the same. He drops it, and it comes to Riley Smith, who gets it into the zone. Meyer will get it down deep, and he'll come up to the line and send back in there. Looks like that was Parker Clay. Rink wide pass for Jacobson, looking for a center. Intercepted there nicely by Alex Frake. And Bemidji White comes back the other way on Conway's stick. He gets across the line, shot, stick save. And the rebound is controlled back into the corner. Picked up there by Jacobson. He'll skate his way out on the near side. Being tested by Tegan Smith. Gets across the line though, takes a shot from there. Kind of surprised Peterson a little bit, but he got a blocker on it and sent it over to the near side. From there, Meyer brings it in behind. And he gets it to Yerbich in the near corner. Yerbich centers it up. Can't get it to Tyken. Comes to Roscoe down in the corner. Tries to center it again. And it'll come up to center. And to Brody Roscoe. Up ahead for... well, who was that for? He finally got to Meyer. He set one in on goal, and it comes back out to center. Angus Heather's got it there. He sends it over for Roscoe. And they're going to try and bring it in on the far side, this time on Wyatt Tyken's stick. Cuts into the slot on the backhand, centers it, puts it on goal. And it's cleared out of there by Bemidji White. And that's going to be Conway, who sends it all the way down for an ice. So we'll have a face-off just to the right of Peterson. And we'll start it over again with 2:33 left in the second period. Down in behind, Bemidji White controls. Stitsworth gets a hold of it though. He rings it around the boards to the near side. They clear it out of there. It's going to come right to Westover. He sends it up ahead. Nobody there to grab it though, except for a Bemidji White player, Logan Berg. They get it back down in deep into the blue zone. And Westover will be back there to pick it up. Brings it around the boards for Adams. Adams gets it back out of the zone. And it'll come back down into the corner for Westover. Carries it up the far side, up ahead for Stitsworth. He's tripped up on the play. And Strasburg gets a hold of it, gets it to Johnson. Johnson fires and scores! Johnson from Strasburg. I do believe. So suddenly we got a 2-1 game late here in the second. And it looks like they're going to give him an unassisted goal on this one.
Johnson?
Johnson gets it. And
hopefully, maybe that's the wake-up call the Bemidji White team needs.
Again, Bemidji White coming in. Another shot. Oh, my goodness. Garrigan almost had a wide open net. He couldn't connect on it. Otherwise, it would have been a tie game in short order.
Yeah, Bemidji Blue wants it a little bit more right now. Or Bemidji White, I mean.
Back the other way again, 2-on-1. Baird catches up. And it goes down into the corner. Tipped out of there by Baird. He's going to get it to Ryerson. Ryerson's going to try to reach for it, but it gets knocked away from him by Alex Frake. Now it comes to Baird. Baird's got it on the far wall. He carries it over to the high slot, drops it for Roscoe. Roscoe's going to fire. That one's tipped, I think. It goes wide. Down in the corner, comes up for Westover. He takes a look, shoots, goes wide on the right side. Comes to Roscoe on the far wall. Roscoe now will set it up, comes right in on Peterson. And he'll cover it up just outside of the paint and hang on for another stop and play now. With 39 seconds left in the second period, and all of a sudden it's a 2-1 game with Bemidji Blue leading.
What happens when you let a team like the White team, they don't stop. They got good motors on that team and they're feisty.
You can't get complacent when you got a two-goal lead. And the faceoff will come in behind. Jacobson's got it there, being pestered by Tegan Smith. Smith will ring it around to the near side. Angus Ether will send it back in. And this time it's chipped up and out. And we're going to wave off icing as Lapeer goes and gets it. Lapeer battles down there with Riley Smith. Riley's waiting on the back door.
Somebody on it.
And he picks it up along the hash marks. Centering attempt. Can't make the connection with Garrigan though. And now goes to the far side. Centering attempt comes in on White again as the clock expires on the second period. So that's going to bring the close to the second period. And we have our second intermission special guest.
Yeah. Hope we're stopping over at some point.
Soon.
But the Bemidji Blue team better hit the reset button and figure out how to come back on this third period because all the momentum is with Bemidji White. I think that save by Peterson kind of tilted the things.
It seems to have shifted things right at the wrong time for the blue team.
The boys in the retro jerseys are getting a little too complacent right now, so they better wake up if they want to guarantee their spot to regions. Got fan of the game, Major.
Say, go Daddy's team. Say, go Daddy's team.
Look at that big smile.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dana, here we go, period 3. Let's see what the number 1 seed does come back. All the momentum is with the Bemidji White team, who's in blue. After that second period, they really brought it to the number 1 seed. We'll see how they respond. Hopefully they can get a quick goal or two, kind of calm the nerves and settle things down, but should be a good third period.
Only one goal separates these two right now as we drop the puck under the third period. Clearing attempt is picked off by Strasburg. He comes in for the shot, but he can't get it on the forehand, and it goes over to the far wall. Dumped back in there by Onstead. Centered up there in front of the Bemidji blue net, and it's picked off by Baird and sent up ahead for Ryerson. He gains his own. Onstead will get it from him, though. Onstead will turn and fire it all the way down, and this is going to be icing on the Bemidji White team. So the faceoff will come down next to Peterson, and it'll be to his right. Players change up. Wyatt Tyken steps in for the dot. We've got Tegan Smith on the other side. Got some shenanigans on the far side. Puck comes up to Lapeer. He sends one off the glass behind, over the top of the cage. Tyken picks it up. He circles around back in the corner. Looking for center. Comes to Stitsworth, but it was kind of out of his reach on the other side. Comes to the side of the net. Peterson covers it up. And he'll hang on for a stop and play there with 16-12 now left in the game. Tyken again with Smith. Tyken walks right in. Shot on goal. Goes right into the wickets of Peterson. He stands up, drops out of his pads, and will line up and do it again. Faceoff comes to Lapeer. He takes a shot from there. It's deflected and almost hits Tyken in the face. On the far side, comes to Adams, centers up for Stitsworth, but it's deflected before it gets to him and goes to the near side. Lapeer now, he'll hold the line and get it back down in there. And Alex Frake for the white team will ring it around the boards to the other side for Conway. Up for Berg and Clay in the slot. And it's picked off there by Tyken. Gets it on the backhand, looking to center. Gets driven all the way to the far wall, though, or the near wall. Comes to Lapeer, and he'll fire it in there, looking for a redirect. This time, Clay will take a look, and he'll fire it all the way down. And that's going to be icing on Bemidji White, which will bring us to the 15-21 mark of the third period. 2-1 Bemidji Blue. This time Johnson for the Bemidji White team will square off against Baird. And the White team will control with Onstead. Over to the near side for Berg. Down in the corner now. We tipped there by Peterson. Berg will work it up. I'm sorry, that's Johnson will work it up the far wall. Stopped at the line though by Angus Heather, I think. A little bit help from Meyer. Goes back down in. Comes up to the defensive position here. And out. We got 2-on-1. Oh, but they can't quite stay on side as Strasburg does a little hippity hop over the blue line, trying to keep that leg on side, but was unable to do so. So we'll bring the faceoff just outside the blue line here in front of the bench. Or in front of the crowd, rather. Faceoff is controlled by Bemidji White. Clearing attempt. Stopped and then picked off by Mendoza. No, it's not Mendoza. That's Garrigan. Off the far wall, up ahead. Comes to the Berg on the defensive line. And it comes back into the zone, but Moran was still snuck inside the blue line there. And although it was on a Bemidji White stick, it'll be an offside call. So Garrigan faces off with Tyken here. And Bemidji White will control with Clay. In his skates, though, he ends up losing it under some battling. And it comes to the near wall. Riley Smith will ring it around the boards to the far side. That'll go to Conway. Won't be there long, though, as Adams takes a hold of it. Cleared up to Angus-Heather, and it gets past him. Comes out to center and all the way down into his own zone. Yurevich will be there to gather it up. He sends it ahead for Stitsworth, who tips it in and gives chase. This time, Tyken behind his own net. They cough it up, and it comes up to the line. Angus-Heather holds the line this time, takes a shot from there, and it goes just wide of the cage and over to the near wall. Up to the point, Yurevich holds the line. Now it comes out, and he'll retreat again and overskate it slightly, but it comes in. Must have come in offsides. And so we're going to have a face-off. Where are we going with it? We're going to go to the face-off dot just outside the line. Not sure how that all happened there, but look, must have been an offside call. And it comes in with Sherwood. Sherwood centers it up for Strasburg. He gets it towards the net. Colton White's able to save that one with the pad. And it comes back up the near wall for Westover. Roscoe now to Moran. It's tipped off of his stick at the blue line. Roscoe carries on. Can't keep going with it though. And it gets sent rink wide where Ryerson picks it up. Roscoe will retreat in his own zone and pick it up. And he'll go rink wide now for Ryerson again. Into the zone. He gets it down in deep. Looking for a centering opportunity. He goes in behind for Baird. Goes over to the point here for Roscoe. Roscoe sends it in for Baird. Backhander goes wide of the goal. And it comes down into the corner on the near side. This time Tegan Smith works it back out. It comes to Roscoe. And it goes, fires wide for Ryerson. Ryerson to Baird. Can't get a stick on it. It goes wide of the cage. Roscoe again holds the line. Down for Moran, over to Baird. Shot from there, goes deflected over to the slot. And they'll chase it into the boards behind. And we got a player that went in awkwardly behind. That's Noah Onstead. He gets up and skates towards the bench, a little slow. Meanwhile, Roscoe comes in on the near side, puts that shoulder down, goes all the way around the cage. And they'll lose it at the far wall. Puts a body on and Leon Parker Clay and squirts it back down in. Now Teagan takes a hard one from Baird, and it comes up to the line. Westover holds it there, sends it back in, comes to Berg. Berg turns and fires it all the way down, and he's content to ice this one, which will bring us to the 11:39 mark of the game, 2-1, Bemidji Blue.
Hey, buddy, go to work here. Let's go. Work hard. Stay aggressive.
So just to the left of Reese Peterson, Meyer will come in to take this one. He's got Johnson with him. Johnson wins it. Comes to Clay. Clay sends it around to the far side. He gets through Conway. And it's owned by Bemidji again. Stitchworth sends it in, goes out the top. Comes back out to the near side. And Jacobson brings it back in deep. Tips it off of Frake's stick. And it gets sent back up to Johnson. He's going to skate it out of there. He's got Riley Smith on the near side. Gets it all the way across to him, and Riley returns the favor. And as he falls down, he takes a swat at it. And he comes in. We've got a penalty being called as Johnson was hauled down on that fray. So Bentley Lapeer is going to get a penalty on this one. I missed the call.
Looks like it's a hook.
Looks like to be a hook.
Yeah. So that brings us to our second Northern Amusement penalty kill of the day.
So Bentley Lapeer, 2 minutes for hooking. Couple hooking penalties here today. Comes in on Colton White, he gloves it, hangs on. And we'll face it off to his right. Baird steps in this one. We got Garrigan there with him. Goes to the other side. Comes to Noah Onstead on the defense for Bemidji White. Works it up the boards. Tipped off his stick though and comes to Baird. Baird gathers it up, brings it around the near side, turns just inside the blue line. He's going to bring it back out as he gets under pressure. Goes D to D for Angus-Heather. Angus-Heather tries to feed Yerbich, but it's intercepted there by Sherwood. Moran helps out, gets it up ahead for Baird, albeit just barely. Baird tries to sidestep Alex Frake, but Bemidji White will come back the other way. Stolen there by Moran. Moran will turn and fire back down, and it'll be picked up here by Berg in his own zone. On the backhand, tipped ahead again by Tegan Smith, Riley Smith. And Adams will bring it in. He'll throw it down into the zone. He'll give chase on it though. No Onstead for Bemidji White. He'll get there first. And he'll clear it out to Riley Smith at the blue line. Tipped back in there by Adams and we come right back out again. This time Tegan Smith, and we're going to have a second penalty on Bemidji Blue. As we got a stick penalty on, I missed that one.
I got an extended Northern Amusement penalty kill. Not the greatest of time with a 1-goal lead, but got 33 seconds of 5-on-3 here.
So Wyatt Tyken's going to get the bid on that one. And so we're 5-on-3 here for another 24 seconds. In the offensive zone for the moment. And Bemidji White comes out, almost gets another tripping penalty. And it's brought into the zone on the near side. Conway now, he'll work his way towards center. And it's picked out of there by Westover. And he'll get it up to the line, but not out. Bentley Lapierre gets out of the box, and then Meyer jumps on the ice in his place. So it's 5-on-4 here now for the next minute 17. Tegan Smith takes a hard hit from Meyer at open ice, and the puck comes back the other way. Picked up by Riley Smith on the near side. He gets it back in the zone, drops it for Conway. Conway will send it over the glass, perhaps tipped by Meyer. So the white team now is controlling in the offensive zone. It comes to Conway. Brings it over to the far side, turns towards the goal, falls, and it goes right into the slot. It's picked up there by Meyer. Meyer now will skate it out to center with 42 seconds left on the PK. Down to the hash marks and over to the corner. Brings it all the way down, takes a body from Alex Frake, and Frake will pick it up from there. Stolen here and brought out to center. Frake's got some speed, comes to the near side. Puts it towards the goal, but over the top. 24 seconds now left on the power play for Bemidji White as Westover gets it out to center. Frake again picks it up in. Now we got another player down. Could have been another trip in there, but that one's not called. Suddenly we got all kinds of... I think they're smelling blood here in the water here, Eric. And
yeah.
Things are getting interesting. Goes over to the far wall. And Parker Clay being pinned there is still working. He's got 2 against him though. And it's picked up by Frake. Frake gets a shot, goes right into the glove of Colton White as calmly as ever. And he'll close that glove up and hang on to it.
Now we were fortunate enough to get through that penalty kill, but the Bemidji White team is still putting the gas.
I see a couple of players that need to get their feet underneath them. As the puck comes up to the blue line, comes back in, we're going to call it offside. And we'll have the face-off just outside the zone here. So 7:19 now left in the third period, 2-1 Bemidji Blue. And Johnson will come in to face Baird. Tips it over behind for Riley Smith. Back for Onstead, up ahead now for Garrigan. That's Conway, I'm sorry. And it comes back up to Baird. Baird's going to skate it all the way in. Cuts to the inside. He's got Moran in the slot with him. Shot!
Thought it was going to be too many moves again. Well, that's a much-needed goal for the number 1 seed here. So the Retro team That's another
Callan.
5-on-5. Stitchworth meets goal, scored by 21 Callan. I think it's going to be unassisted.
It appears to be unassisted, and rightly so. That was all Callan Baird on that one.
But
Went end to end and got it in there. Actually, no, they're going to give it an assist to Ryerson on this one.
So assistant Cub there. So Bemidji Blue builds a 3-1 lead on Bemidji White here. 6:45 left.
Battle continues down. They're not giving up, though. They fire it up to the slot. It's picked off by Ryerson. He's going to turn it up ice. Shot from the high circle, blocked. Loose in front, cleared to the side by Bird. Down along the wall here now. They're going to work it down in deep. Baird's got it. He looks for a centering chance. And we've got a lot of battling going on here in the corner. Bemidji White's not going to go down without a fight. As the puck is battled along the corner, goes in behind. Berg now, he's going to ring it around the boards to the near side. Yerbich picks it up, shoots from there, tipped. Goes right in on Peterson, stick save. Clearing attempt, doesn't go. Yerbich holds the line. Tries to fire it, doesn't do it, walks in, takes another shot. That one goes wide. Angus Heather on the far side will hold the line. Side steps a check, takes a shot from the high circle, comes in on Peterson. It bounces around, but he's cleared back out of there by Bemidji White, and that's going to be an icing. With 5:44 left in the third period, Bemidji Blue leading 3-1. We're trying to avoid that out of clarity, but you're right, Gary. Bemidji always has the puck. Comes up to the half wall now. Works it back out of the zone. Trading possession. Now it comes to Conway. Jacobson puts a stop to that, though, as Conway was going to try to center it up. And it comes back the other way on Adams. Gets around. Peterson steps out and swats it out of his hands. And it comes up to the line. Saved there by Lapierre. Down to the near circle. Sent towards the goal by Meyer, but it's deflected and goes to the far side. Now Conway will skate this one out. And he's got Stitchworth from behind him. He's got Lapierre stealing the puck and fires it in on the near boards. Lapierre will give chase. And Alex Frake will bring it over to the near side. Meyer now, along with Keegan Smith.
Ready to go in. Let's go, bud.
They battle in behind. Riley Smith will send it up. Comes to Jacobson. He does a one-timer from the blue line. And that gets lost in traffic. Now Meyer gets it on the backhand, sends it towards Peterson, and he gets a glove on it and hangs on again. So 4:32 left now in the game. 3-1 Bemidji Blue. So the puck comes to the left of Peterson, face-off rather, and Tyken will battle there with Jacobson. I'm sorry, Johnson. And it's centered up for Tyken. He can't get a hold of it, though. The pass is behind him. Cleared up the wall. Tyken still has it. Centered. Goes right on through. Nice centering opportunity, though. But it goes all the way through and comes in behind. Up to the near wall. Swept over to Moran. He takes a shot. Stick save by Peterson. And they'll go over to the far wall and clear it out of there. Westover coughs it up to that'd be Sherwood, sorry. And Sherwood's unable to connect on the pass. Tyken now gets it in his skates at center ice, gets it up ahead for Moran. Now it's in his skates. Comedy of errors here as Roscoe's had enough of it. He fires it down in there. And it's picked up in behind by Onstead. 3:30 left in the game. Near wall. Comes up the wall. Alex Frake gets it out. Comes out and right back in, and we're going to have an offside call as the clock stops at 3:23. Wholesale change on both sides. And we have a timeout on the ice for the Bemidji White team wearing blue. And although it's still fairly even play, it's I think the retro jerseys and the white have got the edge here as of late.
Yeah,
But
they kind of tilted it back to the momentum in our favor, but the Bemidji white team's not giving up. Got a lot of heart on this team.
Faceoff comes into the white zone, comes out to center, right back in. Alex Frakes got it, sends it over to the other side. It comes to Angus. He sends it into the bench there. I think he was looking for Nate.
Look at he's hugging
Nate
Wyatt.
Moran. Nate's saying thank you to Tyken for blocking it. Comes into the zone. Angus Heather has it in his own zone. He reverses, sends it right back up, gets through Meyer, and Garrigan's got it there. Sends it towards the goal. Sherwood's got it, brings it over to the near side. And they'll work up the wall with it. And it goes right back down in there again. This time Roscoe chips it up, comes to the line for Frake. He sends one in there. That one's tipped up high and goes off the glass behind. In the far corner now. Centered up by Garrigan. And it's cleared out of there by Stitsworth, I believe. And Garrigan gets a hold of it again in center ice and gets it back to Alex Frake. Frake now up ahead for Sherwood. Gets the zone. Cleared out of there by Meyer. And it comes in with Stitsworth. Comes to the side of the net, goes around behind, sends it up to the point for Angus Heather. Looks, shoots, blocked in front. Comes back to Alex Frake, and he chips it back out to center. And Urbich will gather it up back in his own zone. Sends it up ahead for Meyer. A little bit behind him though. And it comes to the near side. Stitsworth puts a body on Smith, and then Johnson puts a body on him. Puck ends up down in behind the goal. Peterson clears it up the near side, and it's saved at the line by Moran as he comes streaking into the zone. Now Baird's got it on the far side, centers it up, but it's ahead of Meyer. He can't get a stick on it. And it comes to the near side for Johnson. Johnson gets it out, up ahead for Jacobson. Jacobson now fires it in, can't connect with Baird, and it gets past the bolt and all the way down. Icing is a call. $1:20 left in the game. 3-1 Bemidji Blue.
And it looks like they're going to pull the goalie. We're going to have 6-on-5 now. Reese is taking a seat on the bench.
Garrigan facing off against Tyken. Goes in behind. Jacobson rings it around the boards. Gets past Noah Onstead, and the race is on. But I think Bergey's going to get there first, back in his own zone. Bemidji White has pulled their goaltender here, and they've got an extra skater on the ice. I wasn't paying attention to that. I should have been.
I had you covered.
My good buddy Eric had that one covered. It's in the zone, on the Bemidji Blue zone, and no battle just inside the blue line.
You know, this is a good waste of time for us.
47 seconds left in the period, in the game, and it comes back down in deep, and Lapierre will ring it around the boards to the far side. Up to Moran, and it's comes into the zone, and they're going to say it's offsides, even though Baird had all kinds of momentum and probably would have hit an open header on that one. But they're going to blow it dead, and we're going to have a face-off just in front of the Bemidji White or Bemidji Blue bench. 34 seconds left on the clock. Face-off is controlled by, I guess, Bemidji White. They send it up ahead, get it in the zone. Riley Smith is going to give chase, but Westover is going to get there first. Johnson's in there, goes over to the far side, cleared out of there by Moran. It goes all the way down. It's got some eyes. It's going to go left.
We got it.
Tell you what, Baird gets in there and sweeps it in for another goal with 10 seconds left.
Is that Baird?
It's going to be Baird.
Baird with another.
And
Baird with a 6-on-5 goal scored by number 21, Callan. So they give the assist. We think it might be Peyton there.
They're going to give the assist to Peyton Moran on this one.
Assist to Peyton, number 19. So
Had a nice feed, he sure did. Center ice face off. Peterson's back in net. It comes to Sitzworth. He'll bring it back in his own zone for Roscoe. Roscoe will send it back up as the clock runs out.
all
And
right,
Bemidji Blue will become victorious here and head to the championship game for a bid as a number 1 seed to the regional. But with that goal and with that win, Bemidji is guaranteed a spot in the regional tournament in Proctor in 2 weeks.
yep, good job punching the ticket. We'll see either Red Lake Falls or East Grand Forks tomorrow. But I tell you what, the hope is not ended for the Bemidji White team. They'll go back tonight, play either Halleck or Warroad. Hopefully they take care of business and get a shot at the loser of Red Lake Falls, East Grand Forks. Love to send 2 teams to regions like we did a couple years ago. But hats off to another good, clean game. Only a couple penalties, I think.
Yeah, there was very few.
I will see you later today at 11:45 for Bemidji Reds' first district game against Bagley. And then I don't know if I'll see you later tonight. We'll see how that game goes, but I'll for sure see you at 12:45 tomorrow.
So the Bemidji
well.
White team, as you said, Eric, is going to they'll be facing the winner of Hallock Warroad. For those interested in watching that one, that'll be a 2:45 game here at the BCA. The winner of that one will play Bemidji White at 8 p.m. tonight on one of these sheets here at the BCA.
So we're rooting for the hometown team. Again, love to send 2 teams to regions. Thank you to our sponsors, Sisworth Meats, Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction, Lapeer Shoreline, Dale Schmidt Agency, and our platinum sponsor, Northern Amusement. I will see you in a few hours, folks, for the red team, and we will go from there. Thanks for tuning in. Throw some thumbs up and some comments. We'll see you tomorrow for sure.